What is up, everybody? Good morning, good evening, good night. We are back with our part 2 of getting to know us. Basically, we left off at where the proposal, where I had mentioned that my plan didn't work out as good as I wanted it to. Then again, it got ruined because there was some kids running around popping the balloons.
Well, I mean, we have to go back to like how he planned it.
Yeah, my plan was.
Well, no.
I was gonna go to.
Wait, because the thing was, I had mentioned to Timothy that he proposed on February 11th. My aunt had passed away on February 7th, and I had told Timothy that I wanted to go hang out with our sister, Abby. That I just wanted to go hang out with her and just have fun. And, spend time. And just to let you guys know, she's not our actual sister. She's a friend from
She's
church.
like a family friend, but more family than friend.
Mm-hmm. But, so I told him that I wanted to go ahead and spend some time with her just to get my mind off of my aunt passing away and everything like that. So I told him, hey, Saturday the 11th, if I don't answer your text messages as fast, it's because I'm with Abby. I kind of saw him smirk a little bit, but I didn't actually get it. I found out later on that he and her had already planned a little something, and I guess me just deciding the date was basically what kind of pushed it a little bit forward. But then he can tell you his side.
So from then on, I had first a couple of days to go to the Lakes Park, the place in Fort Myers, to see what places I can put the balloons at and some notes. Like some little letters so she can, handwritten letters that I have wrote so that way, when she got the balloons, she can grab the notes and take the notes with her. So that was my plan. I had like 10 balloons.
Which I still have the notes, guys.
Yeah, she's got some of them because she was supposed to have 10 of them. If I'm not mistaken, 10 balloons.
Like 6.
Because I had Lakes Park is a pretty long place to like walk and stuff like that, chill with your family. But it's also nice places like to propose, take pictures at, do a lot of good stuff. So the day of me putting all the balloons and the letters, there was some kids running around and they were popping the balloons behind me. I didn't know about it until I got to the last stop where I was gonna wait for Vicky and my sister Abby so that way I could propose to Vicky in this nice canopy type of area that we had decorated as well. These older couple came up to us and said, "Hey, are you the one with the balloons?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be proposing to my girlfriend today, any minute now." And they told us, "Yeah, we stopped these kids from popping the rest of your balloons because they were going behind popping your balloons." So I was kind of like heated, and I was like, ugh. But luckily, there was still other balloons that still were intact. So my plan kind of worked, kind of didn't work. But at least she got some of the notes and some of the balloons.
Yeah, so basically that day, I woke up, I had texted him good morning. He was supposed to be working on remodeling the church with his dad. Which he did send me pictures of him remodeling the church. So that's why I thought, okay, he's at the church remodeling with his dad.
We did go to the church. We did go to the church.
For like, what, an hour?
For like a few minutes.
But then he made it seem like he was there all day, basically. So I had already, left to go with Abby. She had picked me up. We were going to go get a pedicure and then just walk around and stuff like that. So we got the pedicure. And then we're walking around Fort Myers, Walmart area. And she decides to randomly stop at Home Depot. She's over here, getting text messages after text messages, literally every 5 seconds. And it's all from Timothy. I thought it was from Billy, her husband. And I'm like, wow, her husband is really on track of, sending her messages today. Meanwhile, Timothy over here is not even texting me back. I was just like, what the heck is going on? So I'm sitting there and we go to Home Depot and then I see her start acting so weird. We go in and she's like, oh, I stopped here because I have to give my husband something that he needs. And she's looking for something specific to tell me, but she's literally just grabbing random items going, oh yeah, he needs these, but I think we can get these another day. Let me go look what else he needs. And I'm just like, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
she was trying to stall best as possible because I kept on telling her, I'm like, because when they told me what happened, I was like, oh man, now my plan's not gonna work how I wanted to work because hold on, I'm trying to fix my little stand here because I was like, man, I wanted it to come out, I wanted to do something different, so but
so I mean,
oh well.
he got that part, and then when we left Home Depot, she's like, all right, let's go, walk around the park. She goes, do you mind if we walk around Lakes Park a little bit, just to kill some time before we go out to eat lunch? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't mind. And then as soon as we got to Lakes Park, I'm going to start my usual route, like walking, like, sorry about that, guys. Usual route of walking. Leave it alone.
We got some noisy neighbors.
But our usual route of walking the other way of the park, and she's like, no, we have to go this way. We have to go follow the footprints. And I'm like, okay. So we go that way, and we pass the little stand, the little statue stand that has there.
Yeah, like the edge of the park.
Yeah, so we pass that, and then she's like, oh wait, did I tell you the story of Lakes Park, that there used to be a giant lake that you can swim and I'm sitting there.
Abby tried the best that she could.
And I'm sitting there like, I don't really care. I thought we were coming here for a walk. And I'm seeing her look around, and she's just like, she doesn't know what else to look for. Like, she's looking for the balloon, which I didn't know about it, but she was looking for the balloon to tell me about the first note, and I had no clue. I'm just sitting there like, what is she telling me the history of Lakes Park
Yeah, that was one of the first things that was gone by those freaking hooligans.
So we kept walking until we finally reached a note, and she's like, oh look, there's a balloon. And then we get close to it, and she's like, oh, there's a note to it, read it. And I'm just like, why don't you read it? You touch it. She goes, no, I don't want my fingerprints on there. And I'm looking at her like, you want mine on there? And she's like, yeah, just read it. So as soon as I look at the note, I recognize his handwriting. And I'm like, oh, crap. So I'm reading the note, and I'm just like, no.
The Jaws theme music comes in.
I was like, no, he better not. And she's over here, and she's like, what do you think this means? I'm like, that he's going to propose. And she's like, oh, I don't know. Let's keep walking. Let's see if we find some more balloons. And she's like, we should take these. No, we left it there. And my sister went back for the balloons.
Yeah, Madeline came back to get the balloons, yeah.
And the notes. But I was like, oh my God, no.
Hold on. Look at this. She is just...
Genesis.
Dana.
Genesis, say hi. Genesis, say hi.
Go.
No? Okay.
She is just on that thing like there's no tomorrow. But anyways,
so as soon as we start entering like the little garden area, she just randomly like goes, oh, you walk first, and I'm like, okay, now I definitely know who's gonna like literally, propose. So I'm walking, and I'm like, okay, because one thing I had told Timothy, I was like, one thing that I'm gonna tell you is, if you ever propose to me, do not do it in church, in front of the people in church. That is one thing that I do not want. I don't want it in church. I don't want it in front of people.
You would have said no if I did it in front of people?
Yes, I would have. I would have walked off. My thing is, no. I would have said yes to him, but my thing is, I'm a very shy person in public. Like, I'm very quiet and calm in public, in front of people. I don't like the attention being on me. I would rather it be on anybody else. Like, literally, he knows me. Even if it's to sing or anything, I'm literally there just going, no, I'm okay. Like, I'm good, quiet. So, I'm sitting there, and I had told him, I was like, the one thing is, I'd never want you to propose to me in church or in front of the whole church or anything like that. I would rather you do it with just our families. That's it. My parents, your parents, and, that's all I want. So, we're over here, and once I'm turning the corner into the garden, I see my dad and my sister just standing there, and I'm like...
And we told them all hi. We said hi, so nobody can see you. And her dad's very tall.
Yes. And he's very dark.
Yes. So he'll stick out in a bunch of green bushes.
So I can see him a mile away. And the thing is, I'm like walking towards you, and I'm just like, oh crap! Like he's actually going to do this right now. So I see my sister start hiding, and then I see my dad just standing there smiling, and my mom. I can hear my mom in the background going, "Big dog, hide!" And I'm just like.
That's funny.
So when I'm walking the corner, I see my mom's face. She's all mad at my dad because he did not hide. And I'm like, bro, don't ask me what Timothy said because I honestly don't remember anything he said.
Don't ask me either because I don't remember.
But yeah, he proposed. Then we took some pictures there in the park. And then
went out to go dinner. We ate some dinner.
No, not dinner. Lunch. It was a late
lunch.
It
was like a late lunch. And then after that, everything... everything started working out to where people that thought that it was like too fast were like, wow, like God bless you guys quickly, because literally in a month's time we had all the decorations. Mm-hmm. We had the location for the reception. Obviously the wedding area, the wedding ceremony was going to be at our church. So obviously, we had the church for our wedding ceremony. We already had the place for the reception already set. We already booked our photographer Kendall, who she did our engagement photos, and she's been with us on this journey too. She's kind of like she's family. She's like our white sister. So yeah, everything started working out, man. We had everything. Obviously, we had a few minor setbacks from the hurricane because
our invitations got lost in the mail.
Yeah, most of the invitations got lost. No, and then we had sent to get these nice invitations done. The first half was that they said they sent it and they never sent it.
No, the 71. So we had ordered 70 invitations and, RSVs. We received the email saying they were shipped and everything, and I was like, awesome.
And we were just waiting for
them. They got lost in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
And then we resent it. We had to pay, an extra...
An extra 79 to get more.
Like an extra amount of money to get the other ones resent. And then once they sent that one, not even 2 days later, we got the
other ones. So we had like double of everything.
Yeah, we literally had 140. And I'm like, huh.
And we couldn't send it back because it was just like...
We had already paid for
everything. So those are kind of little bumps in the road that we had. And luckily we were able to get our apartment early as well before we got married. And
we lived in it.
We took turns basically living in it. Like I would live in it. Yeah, remember?
No,
I lived in it for like a week, and then the weekend you had.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
We did.
I stayed there one day, and that was
No,
it.
but you stayed there a couple days.
No, I stayed there for the bachelorette party.
No, that yes, but then there was also some other days you stayed too, baby.
No.
She don't remember, but yeah, she stayed a couple
the
times.
Hurricane came. I couldn't.
Yeah, but it was after that. It was after that we had, because remember we had the dog. We had Oreo, so I wouldn't. So, anyways, apparently.
That's the one thing I don't remember.
She doesn't remember staying a couple weekends over there. I do, because I remember all the weekends I stayed at my parents' house. And then, so
the only weekend I remember is literally just the bachelorette weekend that I stayed there.
She must have had a little too much to drink that with her. Too much of that Coca-Cola. I'm telling you, it messes you up, man.
I don't like Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Pepper. Sorry, Dr. Pepper. So after that, we had everything set and ready for, basically just for the big day. And she had got her dress, too, at a very good price.
Well, the thing was,
I got mine.
Usually it's like the parents who pay for certain things or whatever. But I knew my parents were in a predicament that they couldn't. So I'm working, and obviously I'm working my butt off to save money.
Yeah, because you were working at the time too. So plus she had got her car. She had everything ready.
I had bought my first car.
She had first car, a Nissan.
Which I missed.
That thing was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. We drove it a couple times. It was pretty good.
I had bought my first car. I had saved enough money, so when I went to David's Bridal, I found my dress, and it was $99 on sale.
That's because God knows that we cheap, man. We don't like spending that much money.
So I went ahead and I paid for it. The total between that, the bag, and obviously the corset came out to almost like $100 and something, $200, which was fine with me. I don't really care. I have the money, so I paid for it. My car, was it 2014 Nissan? So
yeah,
it was 3 years old.
It was a Nissan, Nissan Sentra. You used
It was
to have.
3 years old, not even like 50,000 miles on it. It was literally a beautiful car, taken well
Put like
care of.
$500 down, which wasn't bad. I mean, it was.
And I was paying $179 a month.
Really?
Literally.
Oh, I hate that.
It was $179.
I could never get it. I've never had that luck to pay something super low.
It was not even 200. It was literally $179. My dad's credit was amazing. He was my co-signer, but.
Well, he gonna co-sign my next credit.
So he
Got
was,
good
he co-signed it, and then so I went ahead and bought the car. We had set everything, but the one thing that happened was the week before our wedding.
Yes, the actual week before our wedding.
So bad. I had told his mom. His mom had sent me a message going, "Can you pick up a member from the church?" Mind you, I was living with my parents at the time, so I lived a little bit further from the person that I had to pick up. And I'm like, I don't even go that direction. Can you have someone else pick her up? And she's like, well, we want you to do it. And I'm like, fine. It's not that I didn't want to. Obviously, I'll help out. I'll pick up whoever needs to be picked up. But the minute that I go to turn someone, it's heavy traffic. Someone blocks it and lets me pass and says, there's no cars, come on. So I'm taking it slow to turn. And as soon as I'm turning into the place, a car that's literally driving super fast slams into my car and throws it to the other direction, like literally like moves it to the other direction.
Yeah, hit her on the right, on the
passenger side. And I'm sitting there, I'm calling my dad. My dad doesn't answer me. I'm calling my mom doesn't answer me. And then I call Timothy, and Timothy doesn't answer the first time. Then he calls me back, he's like, what's up? And I'm like, I just got into a car accident.
Man, I zoomed as fast as I could to get down, and I was like, no, that's my baby number one. And that's her baby number two. So I drove as fast as I could. I was already on my way to church. And luckily, the same way I go to church was kind of where she was at. So,
and I finally got a hold of my dad. Yeah. Sorry, somebody's over here very happy today.
He's very red, white, and blue today.
Yes.
Hello, Papi. Look, hi. So, I
got a hold of my dad.
Yeah.
And then when we were, after our wedding, like when we got married and stuff like that, we went on our honeymoon. Well, we stayed that Sunday in...
Well, yeah, Sunday we stayed local. We didn't go to any church.
His brother was down from California.
Yeah, my brother was actually come down for the wedding. And he was leaving that Tuesday to go back to California. So, which was a huge blessing for him to come down and be my best man and stuff like that. And, him and his wife and the baby, she's not a baby. We always call her a baby, but she's not a baby. And she, they came down. They came down and, so that Sunday we stayed home. We stayed home that Sunday. We went to Denny's. Like, we went to like certain places that we never been to. And Denny's, they got some good chicken and waffles. And like around that time, it was in December when we got married, December 16th. So it was kind of like Christmas time around that time. So the thing was, when we went to Denny's, they had this like, I think Denny's is like our favorite place. No, it was IHOP. It was IHOP, sorry. Excuse me. IHOP has these chicken and waffle type of things, and they were awesome. So we had that. We walked around a little bit between us, went back home, chilled, because that same Sunday, my mom wanted to do at least a family photo with all of us, because my brother was down. We hadn't taken a family photo in a long time. So now that Biggie became part of the family, and since everybody was down here, so we're like, all right, let's go take the family photos, and we'll have that, and then so we left Monday early. Well, we had to go turn in our license for marriage.
Yeah, our marriage license.
We did that, and then we left to.
No, we had breakfast.
We had breakfast, and then we left to Kissimmee, to go to the hotel. Usually, we stay at this hotel right on the 192 area called Howard Johnson, And that hotel has been there for like years. Like when I tell you that when I was little kids, me and my brother, that's the hotel we stayed at. We stayed there because it was right smack dab in the middle of 192 and 192. You could literally just vacation right there, 192, and see everything. Like there's stores, museums, flea market, giant flea markets. They have an indoor flea market and an outdoor flea market. They also have this place called Old Town, where especially when you go at night, I refer people always go at night because at night it's more live, and it's the environments are like awesome over there. Especially like when you go like a Friday night, they usually have like a car show
Yeah.
and
Or
so live music, and they also have like a huge arcade, fairground with go karts, everything you can think of. They have over there, so that's a nice place to go to.
Oh, and then across from the street from it, guys, there is lots of food trucks, about 40 of them, all different foods. Most of them, some of them are Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I think almost all of them are like Puerto Rican, like stand food, but they have Mexican.
There's Chinese, there's
pizza.
Mexican, there's tacos, there's street corn, and there's literally pinchos, there's everything. And
like
then they
drinks,
have
everything.
They have their little Cuban coffee stand too for those who like Cuban coffee.
And they're next to like a little flea market that's indoor as well.
Yeah,
that you can go walk around there.
Honestly, it's delicious food.
Because it's fresh. They make everything fresh.
They're very sanitary. Trust me, we've seen everybody. We don't eat anywhere that's not sanitary.
Yeah.
So it was very sanitary. It's delicious, and honestly, we're planning our next trip to go to Orlando.
Yeah, because we want to go. We actually want to do a park. We want to either do something from Disney or SeaWorld. Most likely from Disney. Probably like Animal Kingdom or something, or
Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
I kind of want to do something.
Epcot or MGM. MGM is where I want to go to because they have the Star Wars Galaxy there, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
I mean, I
have BB-8 over there. I can't show you my hair because it's kind of like a little
Where's Toy Story Land at?
And MGM, well, back in the day it was called MGM Studios. All y'all that know about the back in the day time. Now it's called Hollywood Studios. Where they have Tower of Terror, they have Toy Story Land.
Yeah, so basically, I want to go somewhere.
Galaxy Edge.
I want to go somewhere where the kid. I was gonna say kids, but the kid.
Yeah, we got 2 kids.
My daughter. Ow, puppy. It's okay.
He's been fussy lately, but you know.
Yeah. Where Genesis can have fun. That's basically what I want to do. Because I mean, she is older. She will be 2 in December. So she actually notices a lot and plays a lot, and now her favorite thing is farm animals and dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. I wonder if she'll be able to do that dinosaur ride that we did.
Which one? Dino Land?
Yeah.
No, she's too small.
No? Oh. Yeah. Well, she would love to go to Dino Land just to see that statue, the dinosaurs and stuff.
Dinosaurs like crazy. Oh,
yeah.
I guess we gotta go back to Animal Kingdom then.
I think we should do Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios.
Yep, they're the zoo animals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So which, by the way, I'm also planning a trip either this weekend or next weekend to go to the petting zoo with Genesis. I found a petting zoo. It's $12 for adults. Here, I believe it's in Fort Myers. If not, it's in North Fort Myers.
So we'll be most likely taking videos of that as well. It's
$12 for adults. It's a petting zoo, and the $12 gives you a free bucket of food to feed the animals. And I believe the promo code said they also give you a free plant.
Yeah, I think she would love that because she loves animals.
She got off topic.
She knows the sounds and everything. So, but we'll get to that on a later video.
Sorry guys, we got off topic.
You know, we had winter honeymoon. It was great. Everything. I always tell you guys, and y'all gonna hear this from me repeatedly. When y'all leave everything in God's hand, guys will take care of it. Especially if He knows how cheap we are. Trust me when I tell you we cheap. We don't like to spend that much. Well, only if we have to.
And the thing was, once we got to Kissimmee, they had told Timothy that my car, because he wanted to go check on my car. Yes, baby. They had told Timothy that my car was gonna be able to get repaired, be able to get repaired.
Yeah, that's true.
And once we got to Kissimmee that Monday, they went ahead and left me a voicemail because I didn't answer the phone. They went ahead and left me a voicemail saying, Miss Marrero, because that was my last name at the time, we wanted to inform you that your vehicle is total loss, and
yeah, because when I went, they were like, yeah, we're just waiting for the parts to come in. I'm like, that's what I'm gonna get with these dealerships. I mean, not dealerships, the repair place.
It's not the repair place, it's the insurance. The insurance.
Oh, still, they should have lied.
So they went ahead and told me that my car was a complete total loss. I had literally lost my car that I had just.
Yeah, because she only drove it for a couple weeks.
No, it was gonna be a year.
It was a year.
Almost a year when I lost it.
Really? Well, I'm lost with all my dates.
Yeah.
But
so they told us it was a total loss, and then I told Timothy at that time that it was probably for the best. Like at that time, we obviously didn't know. I needed a car to go to work and all that. They had offered us while my car was in the shop. They had offered me, a rental car, but obviously I paid for it. A lot of money for that for the week.
Yeah, I know
that I had it. But once we got back from the honeymoon, and we kind of figured, like, we entered the new year of 2018. We kind of noticed why God permitted it to happen that way, of losing the car. And after our honeymoon, we had a great time. We went to the Disney parks.
Because we were luckily we were in luck to be able to go to these places.
God permitted us. For some reason, I woke up on that Tuesday morning, and he wanted to take me to Disney. We had the money to pay for the full price ticket, but I'm sitting there. I'm like, you know what? I want to go to SeaWorld today. And he's like, okay. So we went and got breakfast. We went to SeaWorld, and as soon as we entered the park, there was literally a guy who greets us, and he's like, hey, you guys want to get cheap Disney tickets? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Like those they do those like tours where you see the what's those places called? Not condos.
Yeah, it's the condos.
The condos?
Like, you basically go see condos
that you can buy and you can rent out.
Like a timeshare.
There you go. Timeshare. Do those little timeshare things where you have to sit there and they give you breakfast and everything. And you have to sit there for like an hour, let the speaker speak. He takes you up to see the place. Then they come down and they start asking you, okay, you guys want to buy it? So luckily we get there. We sat down. They had us sit down. We had a number and everything. And then it was like, what, 10 minutes later?
Yeah, not even 10 minutes later, the guy comes up to us and says, sorry, we don't have anybody to do your tours. You guys can just go ahead and get your reward. So we went and we got the prices for the Disney tickets.
Yeah.
We got 2 parks for the price of one, basically.
And a free water park
which
included.
we never did.
Yeah, we didn't do the water park. But we were able to at least, my goal and my thing was, because she had never been to Disney ever in her life. Me as me and my brother, when we were little kids, we used to always go to Disney, but she never had a Disney experience. So I've always had that.
To Busch Gardens, and SeaWorld.
So I had that in my heart that I wanted to take her to have at least, even if it was for one part, for Magic Kingdom. Y'all know Magic Kingdom is like the main spot to go to, but like I said, we were fortunate enough to go to 2 parks, and that was my main goal, was to make sure she had a nice time, at least at Disney, and got to experience, got on some rides, we ate food, man. We had a blast, and just to see the look on her face
and the beautiful
of being there,
The thing was that we didn't actually plan this correctly. Like, we didn't go ahead and be like, okay, we get paid these days at all. We picked our date, or wedding date. We picked the honeymoon right after the wedding so we can just relax.
Yeah.
And the thing was that I guess like the Lord did good. Obviously we got wedding presents that had money included.
Yeah.
And on top of that,
we're very blessed.
We got paid that same week that we were on our honeymoon too. Yeah. So we had a little bit extra.
We had a little Trump change to spare,
to actually like have fun and enjoy ourselves. Then when we got back home, obviously January came, and then February I lost my job.
Yep.
And I worked at family health centers, but that's a whole different story because, man, those people suck as employers. Anyways, they can't do anything to me now. So I lost my job at family health centers for nothing that I did wrong. It was literally all my boss. And when I tell you God fights for his people, God fights for his people, because after she messed with me, she got fired. So I'm very happy for that part, but oh well.
So yeah, after that, that's when we
it's
got
not
the good
that I'm
news.
wishing wrong on anybody, but it's like if you're gonna lie for something that someone didn't do, especially when the camera's right in front of me, and you can see that I didn't do anything, then that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But I'm giving it to you. I lost my job in February, and I went to Express Employments to go ahead and see if we can get a job around that time, which I did find a temporary job at the time, which was a good thing. We were living in the apartments. We were trying to, make ends meet because obviously when I lost my job, I got a pay cut, and everything, was completely different. So we were trying to make ends meet between his check and me trying to find a job. When I finally did find the job, it was a temporary job only from February to May.
Yeah, it was just like a temporary job. It was
supposed to be to May, but I didn't make it to May. Yeah. Once we hit April, I had to leave my job. At that time over there, I had to leave it a month early because I ended up getting pregnant with Genesis. This is where I'm telling you that God knows the reason why he took off that extra payment of the car, because he knew we wouldn't be able to do it. He knew that.
You know what? I would have rather had my car get crashed, and I wouldn't mind paying one something.
Yeah, you would have given up your.
I would have given my car up in a minute, man, because that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to get rid of my car. I guess something else, but
yeah. So oh goodness, puppy. So even
got strong. Oh, got some strong ones on that one.
I'm not changing this diaper. Your daddy is. I'm just kidding, guys. I'll do it in a second. But yeah.
So yeah, she ended up around the time being pregnant,
and the thing was that with Genesis, I started bleeding during the pregnancy. We obviously didn't know. When we went to the hospital the first time, I could tell you right now, that doctor did not give a crap at the hospital in the emergency room. He really didn't. He literally just looked at the thing. They did a quick ultrasound, but they couldn't see her because it was too early.
But for her to be bleeding like that early,
so
we were kind of freaked out.
And the thing was, the doctor came in. He's like, "Oh, you're just having a miscarriage, so just stay on bed rest. And if you have a miscarriage, just come back." That's all he said. Then, when we left the hospital, I think when Timothy went back to work, about a day or two later, it stopped. But then the day or two later, I started bleeding with clots. Which, as you know, as a pregnant woman, that's not a good sign. That could actually mean, you are losing the baby. And I freaked out. So I called my mom. She lives in Lehigh. I lived at Fort Myers. I didn't have a car. Timothy had the only car. I called her crying. I was like, I need you to take me to the emergency room now. So she came down as fast as she could. She took me to the emergency room. And, we're looking at the ultrasound. They won't let me see the ultrasound at all. Only my mom. And the thing was, I saw my mom's face going, "Oh," and then she goes, "Is that the baby?" And the ultrasound technician was like, "I can't tell you," but my mom, saw Genesis. So we're sitting there, and I'm just waiting for the doctor to come in, and the nurse practitioner comes in, and he's like, "Congratulations, you have twins," and I'm like, I look at my mom, I'm like, "You saw one or two?" And she's like, "Just one." And then he starts laughing. He goes, "No, I'm just joking." He goes, "The baby's healthy. Everything's fine. You just have a condition called subchronic hemorrhage, which was just bleeding during the pregnancy." He's like, "It goes away. It's normal. It'll be fine. The baby's fine. Just stay on bed rest during your pregnancy. Just take it easy." Positive. What?
Keep going.
But, just take it easy and bed rest. So at that time, I literally went to my job, and they wanted me to lift up heavy boxes at the temporary job for an extra month. We were moving places.
Knowing her condition,
and I literally was telling them, I can't. Like, I'm pregnant. I can't lift up anything heavy. I had told them that as soon as I found out that I had told them that I was pregnant, they still wanted me to do heavy lifting and all this other stuff. So I went in after the next hospital thing that I had, that they told me what it was. I literally went into the thing. gave him the hospital papers. And since my manager at that time didn't want to come in until almost 10 o'clock, I was not going to sit there and work from 7 in the morning until 10 o'clock lifting up heavy boxes because that's what I was supposed to do. So I just left the paperwork. I called her. I told her. She didn't want to answer me. And I had spoken to the other employees at the time. I was like, look, I got to go. I left. I called the Express Employments and I told them what was going on. And went ahead and just went home. And that's where I say that God does plan everything for a reason. You know, my car was a total loss. That was a sad moment. I didn't understand it. But then after finding out, it was like, okay, God took away one payment that we didn't need, you know, at the time. You know, I lost my jobs. Obviously, I couldn't work during the pregnancy. Then when Genesis was born, we found another house.
Right? Yeah, when Genesis when she was pregnant, we moved back into Lehigh to be kind of closer to her parents and my parents, as well. Mostly with her parents, because since I only had the only car and they lived close, so that way they can take her to the appointments and, you know, do what, you know, she needed to do for her and stuff. And so after all that stuff, so we lived in Lehigh for a little bit. We still live in Lehigh, but just in a different area. We were in some rough times, and then, you know, we got a surprise when we found out that she was pregnant again. She was on birth control, and she had, you know, issues with her thyroid, and
it wasn't
it wasn't
the thyroids only. It was also like, sorry, he's still going to the bathroom, so I'm not gonna change it now. But it wasn't only the thyroids. It was also that I could barely walk on my birth control. I had the IUD, and the thing was, when Genesis was born, the doctor literally told me, like my OBGYN, literally told me that my body was rejecting the stitches. My body was rejecting basically everything that I had. So, you know, when I got the IUD put in, it wasn't the one that I wanted. It was the only one I had. My insurance was about to run out, and I wanted to go on birth control because I didn't want to have another baby so soon. And went on it for almost a year. When, you know, I had to go ahead and take it out because of the pain. I could barely walk. I barely had time to, you know, hold Genesis or do anything that I had to do. So, yes, baby. Thank you.
Check.
So, what are you doing, baby?
So, yeah, so she had to, you know, get off of the birth control and get the thing removed out of her thing, because her health wasn't getting good. So that scared us a lot, you know. So we're like, no, just remove it, whatever.
So,
and, you know,
once we removed it, literally we removed it at the beginning of November. Well, I removed it at the beginning of November, and after I removed it, I was supposed to go on another birth control in December. They wanted me to take a month just to recuperate my body and make sure it regulated. I was supposed to get another birth control in December when I started getting sick with Genesis. Genesis got sick with the flu, the RSV, and basically everything. So I got sick with her, and I was on antibiotics. I was taking all these medicines, and I told Timothy, I was like, I still feel weird. Even after feeling better, I still felt weird. So I go and take a pregnancy test, and it comes out negative, and I'm like, okay, so I'm not pregnant, but what's going on? So after about another 2 weeks, like the day before my birthday and her birthday party, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I still feel weird. I feel sick. Like, I don't know what the heck is going on. And he buys me a couple more. He buys me like 4 more. So I take all 4 of them, and literally as soon as I take them, they all come out positive right away to this little surprise right here.
My twin.
So, I mean, it was a surprise, but he is a blessing.
Yeah, no, he is, trust me, we're having 2 kids now.
Yeah, we always said that we wanted a boy and a girl, and we got our boy and a girl, and that's it, we're done. No more kids in this family.
And the good thing is, the older sister loves her little brother. Like,
we'll insert a picture of today, actually.
Yeah, they were, because we do tummy time with him, and then she wanted to be next to him, and she's just next to him and just laughing at him. Like, she got her arm around him and stuff like that. So, you know, it was real cute to see that. So, yeah, so now we're here. up to here, and God has been good to us. He's never failed us any moment. Like I said, we got some open doors that are going to be coming up in the next few months, or not a few months. Next week, I will be starting my barber school, and I am excited. I am motivated. I am pumped because not only is it going to be a challenge for me, yes, because it is 15 months only doing part time, and it's at night. So this is how I think that God knows what He's doing, because I was working at this place um, a few months, well, for a year now. I've been working at this new place, and pay was awesome. I was getting paid pretty good. I was working from 7:30 to 4:30, or sometimes even later in the afternoon. And here's how I say why I say that God works in mysterious ways. I've been cutting hair for a long time now. I have many people that have cut hair. I got people that tell me, "Oh, you should get your license." I got people that own barbershops that want me to go to them so I can work for them. And even people telling me, "Yo, just come work now without your license." I'm not that type of person that's gonna go over there without a license and go cut somebody's hair, because if I mess somebody up, they can close the shop down. And I know my boundaries. I know what to do and what not to do. So one day I got like this notification for, I think it was for Sun State Academy. And I told my wife, I said, you know what, fill out the thing, because there's also a school called Paul Mitchell that they offer. They also offer barbering program, but just a barbering program. Sun State, they offer the barbering program, but they also offer the other cosmetology stuff, where the nails and all this other stuff. I don't want to do all that. I just want to get my barber license, learn about hair, the technique, do the facial stuff, do all that good stuff, and get my license, so that way I can start working as a licensed barber and have that free will to know that if I work over here, I have my license. They can't close me down or close the shop down or whatever. So I told my wife jokingly, I said, "Look, fill out that little financial aid stuff, and let's see what happens. Let's see what we get or whatever." Obviously, I had doubts in my head, doubting in my head that we weren't gonna get nothing, because I don't know. Oh, sorry, excuse me. So she filled it out, and about like two days later, no, she filled it out on a Friday. So that Monday, I get a phone call from the school of Paul Mitchell here in Fort Myers. And the lady calls me up. She goes, "Hey, you have a minute to talk?" And luckily, she called me when I was at lunch. I was like, "Yeah, no problem. How can I help you?" And so she's like, "Yeah, I just wanted to go over your application with you." And then she froze for a minute, and I was like, "Yes, ma'am. Are you okay?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm just gonna give your application, and it seems like you qualify for the max loan from the to get the government grants and stuff like that." And I was like, "Okay, so how's that work?" So she's like, "Well, another lady was supposed to call me back. Oh no, she transferred me over to this other lady." And so when she told me that I qualified for the loan, and we got back the details. You want to see you in the camera? Look at you, puppy. Look at you. So we got back all the information, and she's like, "Yeah, you qualify for the max loan, where you don't have to pay nothing for school, and the government ends up owing you money." So I was like, "Okay, this got to be like a catch, or it's got to be like a tricky thing or whatever." So I was like, "Well, let's send us the paperwork." Thank God that I have my wife, because she understands this more than me. So she looked over the paperwork. She said, "Yeah, basically, you don't have to pay nothing for school. The government will take care of all of it for you, and you'll get back this certain amount of money." So I'm like, "Wow, let's go ahead. If that's the case, if I don't have to pay nothing out of pocket, let's do it." You know, and luckily my wife, she's always backed me up and everything. I always back her up and everything, and she's like, go for it, because she knows it's something I would like to do, and hopefully one day own my own barbershop, and be able to benefit the family better. So here's the thing, also about this whole journey that we're on. Like I said, I was working at this place for a while, and it wasn't the place was getting worse to work in, basically. And I was praying to God. I said, God, do something. And luckily, a friend of mine, shout out to David Ocasio, a good brother friend of mine, musician friend, amazing person, amazing man of God, who had posted up anybody looking for a job. So I had commented. I was like, yeah, what's up? Let me see what's up. He calls me up and he said, hey, you think you could be there this day? I was like, all right. So I came on a certain day, early morning. I talked to whoever I needed to talk to, and apparently they liked the way that I was, how I presented myself and how I talked and stuff like that. I thank God for making me be the person that I am today. So when I found out the job was from 5 to like 1 something, I was like, wow, that's perfect, because then I can leave work, still come home, still have time with the kids, have my fun time with the kids, relax a little bit, and then at night go to school for my barber and come home and do it all over again. So everything works out perfectly. Everything has been working out perfectly. So yeah, we have many things, like I said, many things coming up on this journey. Sorry that we don't post up videos as much as we would like to. Obviously, I don't post up a lot of videos from where I work because I don't know their policies here and there, but that's about it. So we'll have more videos coming up. Like I said, I'll be recording my journey as a barber, going to school for my barber license. My wife has a couple stuff that we're going to be working on soon. Once we're stable financially, where we want to be, where we need to be, so that way you guys can see also what my wife has in store and get the journey of this little munchkin here. Say hi. Say hi. So, we've just been truly blessed, and we thank God for everything. And like I said, we thank you guys for the support. Those of y'all that are following us and liking our stuff and commenting, please keep doing that. Those of y'all that are not part of it, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button, and join the family. Become part of the Rosado family. We don't have much to offer, but we're here to obviously serve God first and foremost, and everybody else that needs something, from a humble family that we are. And like I said, we hope you guys just come on our journey with us and keep us in your prayers. And so that's kind of the sum up of who we are, how we met. And trust me, you guys are not going to want to miss out on what is coming up. We got big things coming up, big plans coming up. Obviously, with God first. Got good stuff coming up with the music. Yeah, it's still a work in progress. I do have some bugs to fix here and there, but so like I said, come continue on with us in this journey, and we hope to be a blessing to your life. So, as we say, stay blessed. Don't forget, subscribe, hit that bell button, and don't forget that challenge that I put out there. So tell your family, tell your friends, come and subscribe to the Rosado family and become part of the family. So from our family to yours, y'all have a good night, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time y'all watch this video, and always stay blessed.